this opening and the two full episodes you're going to see were recorded, about half an hour after I just did a 5-hour stream on Twitch on Friday night. The other rest of the episode that you're going to see the bits of was recorded, I cannot even remember if it was either the weekend, last weekend, or like Monday maybe this week. But yeah, there was a lot to get to. Couldn't record it all in one go. Here we are. Today you're going to see the first two league games of the season, plus highlights from Europe. I don't know if I recorded any of the cup game, as I don't think I did. So I'll tell you about the cup game when you see my face at some point, probably before the first league game. This is Quite Average Gamer. My name is Duncan, and welcome back to one hell of a chaotic episode of the Journeyman. Hi. So the plan was to come back for this game, and we are and we're not. A lot is kind of happening this pre-season, and honestly, we're kind of fucked for this European game. And let me kind of explain the shit pre-season has went with. To begin with, we made some staff changes. That's fine. Like, just I changed on the backroom staff. We got an extra staff coach member involved, so we now have a fitness coach. Yay for us. But here's the real issue. On the 14th of June, we had a transfer embargo because of a possible takeover. On the 25th of June, our chairman and then owner was like, hey guys, can we hurry up this transfer deal? We kind of need to let the manager have time to sign players, you know, because transfer window's about to open. The 30th of June, the takeover was on the rocks. On the 3rd of July, I had to then confirm our initial Euro squad, hence why our squad, you say that's a lot of players. It's not. They're all youth mainly. Any name you don't recognise in that starting lineup, youth, with the exception of Dan Davies. He's one signing we've made and able to register. We'll get to that. We confirmed the squad. Literally like 2 continue clicks later on the same day, the takeover got completed. It gives it an increase for transfer budget to £250,000, so that's awesome. So we then started like firing out a few offers to like amazing players we've been wanting to bring in but couldn't because of the embargo. We managed to get contract offers to them, but it was too late. We get blown out the water by clubs in England who, if we'd not had the takeover, we could have had deals in place for and done before any other team was involved, but we couldn't. So I'm genuinely really annoyed. There's a left back from Swansea we'd been tracking. He was on like £1,000 a week. We had a deal in place with him for like £200, and then a team from the Vanarama came in and I think offered him like £500 a week. We had a deep line playmaker who would have been the best player in the squad. We had a deal agreed with him for £250. He left, and he then agreed with another Vanarama team for about, was it £450 he got offered? Completely blown out the water. Before we'd even played a competitive game, because this is our first competitive game, Hurlock was moaning about not getting enough first team football. We haven't played a game since May. So I was like, shut the fuck up, and half of the squad that I actually had remaining basically came to me, not happy. I tried to dismiss them. That went tits up. We have made 3 signings. Dan Davies, he's come in. He's there. He's been signed as a backup left back, but he's probably better than Stanley at the moment. So he's just going to start today. We've brought in a third choice striker from a free from TNS. His name is Yadua. His finishing's not greatest, but his other stats look okay. There he is there. There's Yaddle. I think he'll be alright as a third choice, to be honest. And we then signed on a free Reece Allport. He will be a backup right wing for us. Where is he? Allport, there he is. Nothing special. Decent bit of pace, can cross a ball, can dribble. Again, backup. Nothing special. That's the only 3 deals we've got over the line. Because of when we got them over the line, we could only register 1 for the game. So we did that with Dan Davies. Also, as I've just remembered, Bellis and Agatha have now said that they are thinking about leaving because the strength of the squad isn't good enough to reach the goals. I fucking know, lads. I'm not happy either, but there will be a squad assembled. I just don't know how close to like the league season we're going to get. So these 2 games in Europe are not looking good for us whatsoever. We're playing against what I'm assuming is pronounced as Kairat Almaty. They're from Kazakhstan. We're playing away from home first. I'll show you the full-time result on this game. And the second game, I'll come in before the beginning of the second game if anything else has happened, be it a signing or more revolts or players have left or anything of that nature, because right now we are fucked. Somebody did leave. Insassia left for £350 to Barnet, I think. Was it Barnet or Dorset? A English club. He left that for £350. That's about the only deal it's done. As you can see, Matthews has playing goals because we don't have a goalkeeper. We're playing some randomer at right back, so we don't have a right back. He's some youth player who looks awful. Actually, he doesn't look awful, he's just not good enough. Duffy and Lamb are starting Dan Davies, Hunter and Hazeman, because I think from pre-season a few of our players aren't fit, like Hobson and Heath. Agatha's going to play right wing, Honeyman's going to take that number 10 slot today, Hurlock's going left wing, Bells is going to play up front. And the only players on our bench worth anything is going to be Butler, Stanley, Heath, Hobson. Lament's also a new signing we made. We'd signed him actually during the season on a pre-contract from Inverness. A youth player coming in as a number 10, got a load of potential, looked decent enough to come in and just on basically a nothing contract. He's just there. Paul Williams, who we'd used a little bit before, he's going to be on the bench. But really we are so short on options, it's unreal. I couldn't even... So if you take out so Duffy's under 21, Honeyman, who else was it? There's like 2 or 3 players in our squad that is under 21. If I didn't register them for the league, we wouldn't even hit minimum player requirements for the league. That is how small our squad is. We are, I think we're sitting at actually 15 players, first team players. We're fucked. We're actually fucked. So, 2-0 defeat. Actually not that bad considering. As you can see, they are just all over the top. Matthews had an amazing game in goals. Nobody else really performed. I know Heath and Lament seem to have decent match ratings, but didn't really see much whatever they did. But with Matthews, we actually did. Is he good enough for us long term? No, but it is what it is. I'll either see at the end of the second leg or beginning of it, depending if stuff's happened in between. So we're coming in just before the beginning of this game, just a couple changes. Heath comes into the starting lineup and Hobson comes out of the starting lineup. What happened between the game and now? There was a reason I was coming back. Oh, yes. So, update on both Agatha and Bellis. Agatha's going to leave at the end of the season on a free, but because of me saying he couldn't leave now and the squad getting unhappy again, I have agreed that he can go now. So he's had a transfer request. That's fine. Sam Bells is going to be leaving at the end of his contract, but we've said he can leave if a bid of £3,500 comes in. He can go. But that's actually not the main reason we're here. The main reason we're here is because we have signed a goalkeeper. His name is Robbie Hemfrey. He's coming in. Good aerial reach, good one-on-ones. Reflexes is okay. Best that we could get, 25-year-old, so he's coming in as our first choice goalkeeper. We've also signed a first choice right wing player. His name is Tom Tweedy. He's coming in, he's an inside forward. A little bit of pace, good finishing though, good dribbling, decent first touch, long shot and passing, good flair off the ball and vision, so he might get good assists for us. That's got a thing in his contract, I think, is a bonus on assists. There we go. So yeah, that's that. See the end of the game with the full-time result and how much we're out of Europe by. You know, end of the game, it's 2-0, and honestly, we actually didn't play that bad today. I'm not in any way disheartened. They got a second goal on the 70th minute mark, but we'd started tiring from then. We'd already used our 5 subs, and then that last goal in the last minute. But no, a 4-0 overall, it's honestly not that bad for us. For a first, as far as I am aware, probably I'm horrible wrong, but for us, a manager in this save, our first time in Europe with a club this size, do you know what, I can't complain. We've received a lot of money from it, and honestly, that's probably the main thing for the club. I will see you back here for the opening league game of the season. And we're back in some capacity. I'm not sure, but yes, this is now the most recent me. So let's start with transfers, and you'll see a couple of things to do. But first of all, Hugh Bigger has come in on a £3,000 move from Annan Athletic to ourselves. We tracked him when he was at Aberystwyth, and we offered him a contract. When he left Aberystwyth, he joined Annan Athletic instead on a free, which, pain in the tits. And then he did one season there, and then we have bought him for £3,000. He is the one that we've spent money on, but he's arguably second choice. But his contract says regular starter, and the money we're paying him means he probably should be a regular starter. And I possibly will play him more regularly, but his position is definitely going to be up for rotation. The next player that we signed was Andrew Winter, who is now injured for 5 to 6 weeks, but had a very impressive debut, which you'll see in the cup game we played that you haven't seen yet. Decent acceleration and pace, good finishing, decent composure. He, for us in our level, is fantastic signing. We signed him when Agatha and Bellis both wanted to leave, so that is exactly where he came in. The next thing we did was sign a backup. Yes, we've paid money for a backup centre-half in Cameron Jessup. Another guy we'd looked at a couple of times over the last maybe season. I don't know if it was just last season, maybe since we've come in at Ballard, but we have looked at him for a while. £1,500 we paid for him, and he is a very, very solid for this level backup player, to be honest. Pretty much going to be third choice in the defensive position, and fourth choice, in that position, and that is fine. Next was a loan. No, it wasn't. Next was arguably the guy who should be our first choice right back in Elliot Hewitt. When we first approached him, he wanted a non-playing contract, wanted a staff contract. So he was ready to retire when we picked him up. And we said, no, we need you for a season. We are paying him £700 a week. I went big on this dude. Arguably it'd be backup or first choice, depending on the situation. I'm not... we got him on a free. We're definitely paying his wages. But what he is good at is crossing, dribbling, marking, tackling. All things that we've probably need. As a offensive fullback, he is pretty decent for us. He's only 33. Experienced. Arguably maybe there to try and bring in that back four into some form of consistency. Sorry, I'm just choking on air. We then brought in Robert Christie on loan for the season. I liked him. We couldn't see all his stats. We'd scouted him. We couldn't bring him in on trial, if I remember correctly, but we looked at him. And he'd played, I think, Spartans last season on loan. He had made 36 appearances, 2 goals, 2 assists. I don't really know nor care too much about that. Excuse me. What I did see, though, was from what we could tell, we knew it was going to be decent marking. We knew that he was tall, which seems crazy, but we knew he was tall. We knew he was good at marking, of all things. We're fairly confident on his mental stats, so we kind of took a gamble. He's actually probably now, along with Heath, our first choice. So it means that you've got Hunter and Heath for one position, and Christie and whoever is left for the other. We then got a guy that we'd been chasing kind of all window, and his name was Brian Sinclair. We brought him in on loan. From what we could tell on scouting, his actual technical ability probably wasn't the best, but physically we knew he was perfect for this league. We scouted him, and that came back to us. When I seen complete win back, I had to go for him. And looking at his technical ability, I'm very happy, to be honest. For our level, pretty solid all-rounder. By far and away our best left-back. So that is exactly what we have done. After Brian Sinclair, it was Billy Leach's turn. Billy Leach came in a free contract. He was at TNS, but his contract had drawn out. He'd only made 5 league appearances for them, and for us, he's made 1 sub appearance. Nothing to write home about, I would say. Does have potential to develop a bit more. Can't dribble worth a fuck, but what he can do is cross, take a first touch, decent passing technique, good off the ball, good pace. So, as a backup for that option, on either wing, I generally have no issue with him. Then, this guy, key player. Absolutely key player. We got him in a free, surprisingly, from Connors Key. £675 a week. A lot of money on him. but you can kind of see why. He's been brought in as a first choice, either number 10 or left mid, but realistically he can play right wing or up top for us. He can play anywhere in our attacking four positions. And he is now the guy we are looking to build that team around. And obviously, as you can see over here, Agatha left us to TNS for 1.2, rising to 1.3 thousand pounds. So we obviously spent more than we brought in. Fine, but I am very happy with our squad. Interestingly, if we look at the season preview, we are quite comfortable second favourites here without having a single player in that starting 11. But we are 71 odds of winning the league. Obviously, TNS are the big boys. We tried to sign Ruben Davies. He had zero interest in coming whatsoever at the time, and the wage demands he wanted were just way away. What was the other thing I want to show you? Oh, the game. We had the game to play. We played Airbus UK in a friendly. We won 2-0. Andrew Winter got both goals. First goal he got inside the 18-yard box, took one touch, buried it bottom corner. Second one, he got it on the edge of the box and just fired it home into the opposite corner. And of course, having a goal scoring striker, he got injured for the next 5 to 6 weeks. So Sam Bellis, who's still here, will take his spot. Oh my god, why am I yawning? I just did a 5-hour stream, that's probably why. But anyway, this is what our starting lineup is looking like this season. And for today, with the exception of one player, two players actually, one who's not even featured for us yet, and Tom Tweedy, and the other one being also Andrew Winter, who is out injured. But this is what we are looking at today. Henfield goes. Bigger, who played okay in the last game, he stays in. Dominic Duffy and Lama is our first choice centre-halves in those positions. Sinclair, that left-back slot is his this season. Heath and Christie, who are now, that is the pairing we are looking for with Hazeman. That's the other lad. Hazeman's a backup to Christie. Hunter will be the backup to Heath this season. Allport's taking place on the right wing while Tweedy recovers. Hobson is taking up that number 10 spot with Hutton going out on the left-hand side. I'm hoping with him being an inside forward and Sinclair being that complete winger, complete wing-back even, Sinclair will advance past Hutton while Hutton comes inside, which should create space for him. Also, Hemfrey, who has been sized number 1, and Bellis is our second choice striker. On the bench today, then, is a very weirdly positioned bench. Why is it done like this? I remember now. It was done like this because of the last game. Yeah. Some players are unhappy that, I sold Agatha, and some players are unhappy that I've, done something with Tobias Harlock. Can't remember now. So Butler will be on the bench with Hazeman, Honeyman, Leach, Harlock, Lamont, and Yadwat on the bench. Pretty much because we needed under 19s is why Lamont's in there. We have nobody else to take for that. So that's the squad we're going with for today. We are away to Peribont first, and then the second full game you'll see will be Aberystwyth, also away. And then we'll probably inevitably come back for the home game against TNS and Colwyn Bay tomorrow. But that's tomorrow's problem. Today, however, we're playing Peribont. So I'm happy with the team, happy with everything. Let's go. Hopefully, we get exactly what we're looking for here. Going forward, I'm just going to get rid of all of these notes now because I no longer need them. Yes, that's fine. I make notes for all the different things I'm doing via Twitch or YouTube. Notes are the bane of my existence. Away from home, we should have enough to win this, even if we are missing a couple of players. One who hasn't even played yet, but this should be enough for us to quite comfortably, I'd say, is exactly what we should be looking for. So, let's begin. What I will say is from like the last game, especially the cup game as well, which was arguably the strongest team we could have put out without Tweedy, we played really well. We were really good in the build-up play, which was something I was happy to see. We were very good in the build-up play. We were very we created a lot of good chances and more than deserved to go through. Yes, it was airbus in division below. Yes, it was only 2-0. But it gave me that bit of hope for this season. So we'll see. Along with our European performances, we'll actually see if that hope is misplaced or not. What I am seeing just now, however, is us leaving a lot of space for them to exploit, and they're doing that quite well. They've took that shot from distance, and apologies for that, I can't open it, it's just deafened you all. Good interception by Hutton though, he runs straight into Higgins. Can we get the ball back? Can Sinclair stop the cross? He doesn't, goes back post, Bigger's not winning that header. Hines is a player for Pennybont that we have considered signing for about last season and now the beginning of this season. If he scores against me today, I'll be furious. Liquid, thank Christ. Nothing is happening. We haven't had a shot yet, which is worrying. After me saying how happy I am with the performances and how we've been building up playing things, yeah, not having a chance yet, concerning. We have had one now, but all the highlights have been Pennybont. Duffy comes over, wins a header. That is really slack from Allport not picking up that guy. Henfrey comes out, though, picks up the cross, launches it forward to nobody. Bellis probably should have tried to win that, but he didn't. Our midfielders get completely suckered in there and didn't even get close to winning that ball back. Higgins running inside. All the space in the world. They're getting so much space to pass. Ruff's unmarked and hits it wide. We have to be performing better than that. Is it a bit early to berate them? Possibly. Sinclair with the throw. Back to Christie. Inside to Heath. Heath goes himself, hits a shot from distance. Nobody there. There was actually nobody in that right hand side. Why was Allport so close in? Something just isn't clicking today, and I can't tell why. Nothing's changed. I didn't change any of the tactics or anything. Sinclair plays it short to Bigger, hits it wide or over. Doesn't matter, doesn't hit the target. Mills hits it forward for Pennybont. Abbott passes about the back into the midfield. We just don't seem to be picking anybody up. Bigger's won that ball, but he's always going to win it. Rough hits from distance. That is a fantastic strike. I actually don't think I'm going to blame the goalkeeper for that. It's a really good finish. But our midfield is so open. So open. Heath is nowhere near anybody. So much so that Christie comes over to try and win the ball for whatever reason, leaves Ruff completely unmarked. What is going on with our DMs today? What is actually going on with my DMs today? Kind of concerned slightly by this. Why has all my settings been changed? Right. Hobson. Oh, Lama's been completely suckered in. Thought Duffy could maybe have got in front of that shot. Thankfully hit it over. So much stuff just not going right today, and I'm not fully sure why. Can we pull a goal back though before half time? Allport with the corner. Hits it in second time, heads it over. Not really challenging anybody with that one, Sinclair. I think I am. Nope. Okay. Thrash Arms. What was that? Individual. Bellis. I'm quite angry with how poor you played. Can we get our arses back in this game, please? Right, Christie cuts inside to Heath, to Hobson, to Heath. Lam, right, pass the ball, but if you need to, Christie, to nobody. Hurlock and Leach might have to come on. swap up the wide players a little bit. Maybe Yadwat as well, make his debut up front. Christie should have maybe done better there. Hines is winning that header off the crossbar. Bigger's getting... Ironically, Bigger is tiny, but he's definitely getting exposed by Hines, who looks like a giant. How tall is Hines? Or how small is Bigger might be the question. I'll need to check that after the game. I don't remember Hines being that tall when I looked at these things. Hobson knows both through, cut across. Bellis, we're back in the game. 1-1. And what seems like a bit of luck more than anything else. We wouldn't say it was good play. Bigger plays it back to Duffy. Duffy sees the opening. Just plays this long ball over the top. Hobson gets in front of Yorwith, another guy we looked at. Yorwith just get caught out. Bellis completely in space. Buries a chance that he... Basically, if he'd missed that, I'd never played him again. Bigger just hits a ball to absolutely nobody. Hurlock is going to come on just now though for Hutton, who's having quite a poor game. Heath, I'm going to risk and leave on that booking. There's plenty of time to make it happen. Confirm the sub. I'm hoping maybe having Hurlock on as a winger might just give us a little bit of something, but I'm not sure if it really will. Higgins, his Sinclair though, gets in front, picks it up quite well. Christie, Hobson, runs right into their player again. Heath, not going anywhere near it. Can Bigger stop the cross coming in? He doesn't. Pollock's unmarked. Okay, never mind that. I'm making changes. No, don't proceed with the changes. Hurlock is still coming on though. He's going to come off for Hazeman. Butler's going to come on for Bigger. Swap used to around. Play use a no-nonsense fullback. No-nonsense stopper. That should fix that up a little. Yeah, let's make those changes. Because we're just not doing enough. And I am not happy. Hobson plays a shot to Hurlock, takes a touch, hits it. Decent enough save. Butler doesn't get there. We've got a throw in. Can we keep the pressure up now? No. Great. Yadwat's going to come on now. Play him as an advance forward. Going to bring Leach on. I think you're a winger. You're right-footed, aren't you? Yeah, so you're going to play as a winger, Leach, on that right-hand side. And that's the changes that we're going to make in the hope we can now rescue a point again. I came in actually really hopeful to this game. Sinclair heads it, but doesn't get anywhere out the box. They don't close it down. Hemphrey with the save. Today's episode is going to be an absolute mammoth of an episode. Apologies. Hemphrey comes out, punches it. Hobson gets it though. What can Hobson do? He's running. He's got to see the run on the left hand side. Look up. Switch across. Yadwat takes a touch. Good save by the goalkeeper. Yadwat has to be doing so much better there though. Corner though. Hurlock with the corner. Outswinger. Straight into the hands of Mills. As we reset. Let's get rid of that early cross, I think. Come on, lads. Hurlock, free kick. Plays an awful ball to Yadwat, who's now got a lot of work to do. He's got to try and get it inside. Gets it back to Lama. Plays it forward to Butler. To Hazeman. Back to Christie. Plays the ball over the top to Yadwat. It's a penalty. He's got to be off as well, ref. He's not giving the second booking. Who's hitting the penalty? I genuinely have no idea. Hobson steps up. Oh, cheeky finish for the equaliser again. Just chips that into the corner. The goalkeeper must be raging with that finish. Look at this. Just doop. Little chip right into the corner. Mills not really get much chance to save that. And we're back in the game. 6 minutes of added time. But right now I will happily leave with a point. Hines. Leach doesn't win it up. Duffy plays it inside to Butler. Clear the fucking thing. Duffy. Butler hits it to nobody. Why didn't you clear it? Duffy picks up though. Clears it to Hurlock, and that is it. Rescue a point. Jesus. No, you should have won that with the thing. I'm not sympathising with them for that game. Jordan's back and we'll take on Aberystwyth. Hello, welcome back. We've got two changes for this game. I've decided to bring Hewitt in, and Tweedy is fit enough to come in and start. And on the bench, Jack Hunter comes in replacing Hazeman. I think that is literally the only changes, so let's go. Home for a much better performance from Hutton. I'm hoping Tweedy is an inside forward as well. Can give us a big benefit on the outside. Andy Fart, he rejected me. True story, we tried to sign him in the summer. So yeah, I'm hoping having the two inside forwards, they'll come in, allow hopefully our fullbacks, even though I'm showing their fullbacks, but hopefully our fullbacks will advance up and help us try and get balls into the box. And if they're anybody inside forwards, they should be coming in here to help Bellis. Bellis will keep his place. He did score. That's about all I can say. So let's see if we actually play better today. Hobson, in the end, played pretty well. He did keep on running into trouble, which annoyed me, but good tackle by Heath. Looks like he's fucking up for it today, unlike the last game where he decided not to show up. Hobson with the free kick. Goes for that far corner. Good save by Firth. Heath, though, gets it. Hewitt takes a touch. Hewitt shoots. Oh, it's off the post. Fucking hell. Duffy takes a touch now. Back to Christie. Christie plays it long over the top. Doesn't get to Tweedy. Firth comes out and collects. Good start. Good start. So yeah, Elliot Hewitt, who is more of a supporting fullback, he is good on the ball, is good at crossing, and I'm hoping he will start putting balls into the box. And I did look, Bigger is 5'5". Kind of goes against my usual defensive signings, because I don't usually sign tiny fullbacks or defenders where I can. Tweedy is not getting that. Tweedy is not the paciest, so balls. Oh, Bells picked it up. Bells shoots, and it's in second goal of the season. Tweedy is not fast. Tweedy is not going to get the ball in behind players and run onto it unless their players are slow as hell. But do you know what? This is what Bellis is good at. Good interception. Minute Loco picks up the ball. Bellis sees the player. Tries to kind of close the distance between the DM and the centre half. Right place, right time. Picks up the ball. Very composed finish. 1-0 up against Aberystwyth. The only team to win in the opening weekend. Every other team drew except for the team that Aberystwyth played. So it was 3 points then. 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1-0. Which is quite funny to see. They've got a throw in though. Good kind of defender. Took a deflection on the way in, but we deal with it well. Bellis still on the ball. Hutton advancing on his own. Hutton takes a shot from distance, and what a goal! Fucking hell. Callum Hutton, what a strike, son. Look at this. Duffy gets the ball to Bellis, who just lets it run, slides to keep it going, wins the ball, doesn't touch the man at all, and Hutton advancing, knows he's getting no chance at outpacing, and hits a shot from, 20, 24, 25 yards out, and curls it in, bottom corner off the post. What a finish. 2-0. That's... Okay, they've got the ball in back post. Mitchell, good header off the post. Cleared poorly by Sinclair, but still cleared. Christie blocks the ball from coming in. I think that's Christie. It is Christie, number 14. Rushton. If you're wondering why we've got a couple of Scottish players on loan, one, they're not the only ones we went for, funnily enough. And two, we have a Scottish scout now who has recommended quite a few Scottish players. One, not to do with me. Tweedy though, the ball in. It goes back post. Heath doesn't win it. Falls to Hewitt. What can he do? Sees Heath in space. He hits it. Firth tips it over. Another corner. Tweedy this time. Can you put a ball in? Why doesn't it come about to whistle every time I say Tweedy? I am almost whistling every time I say Tweedy. I'm having a moment. Hutton, no. Looks like he's picked up a knock. It's a thigh strain. We will make that sub in a minute. Let's see what's happening here, though. This is the second kind of knock he's picked up since he came here. I'm hoping he's not injury prone and I've missed it. Belsid advancing. Hurlock's going to come on just now for Tweedy. And that sub will happen now. Hopefully he's not out for too long with thigh strain. I'm hoping like week, 2 weeks most. Okay, Henry hits it long. Doesn't get to anybody. Hurlock definitely didn't get to it, but he's still on white. Stops ball coming in. Ball goes in back post. Back. Heads it off the post. Offside, I think, though. It is offside. Free kick towards Hewitt. Delivers it into the back post. Heath heads it to the side netting. Wasn't the best ball, to be perfectly honest. Hewitt. Hobson. Back to Hewitt. Hewitt plays it in the back post. Hurlock, can he win it? No, he can't. White heads it over the top of him. Hurlock, though, swings it in back post. Hobson heads it home. His second goal of the season after scoring a penalty last game. 3-0 up at half time. Safe to say, quite in control of this game. And a far better performance than we had last game. And honestly, the only player who's... I mean, Tweedy's not doing much, really. Hewitt, however, is. I don't think that's the reason. I think the team's just performing better today. But Hewitt has definitely made a difference at right back at the moment. Understands he's kind of injured. Yeah, you've come off for that reason alone, Hutton. I don't want you to get more injured. Christie's not having the best game, so Jack Hunter might come on for him in 10-15 minutes' time. Going to try and give some minutes to Lamont if we keep this 3-goal lead up. Just get him some minutes on the park, which would be good for him. As well as Honeyman, but it involve a slight change in shape. Not by much, just moves the Dames into centre mid. Pardon me. Yeah, let's make those changes. Let's Heath and Christie will move up. Lamont's going to come on for Hobson. Honeyman will come on for Christie. And Hunter will come on for Heath. Hunter will be playing as a ball-winning midfielder in defence. Honeyman will be playing as a central midfielder on attack. In fact, asymmetrical, a wee bit asymmetrical. Do it this way. Lamont, I think, is, if I remember correct, is a playmaker. He's not his attacking midfielder. On support. We'll make those changes. Tweedy's looking a bit tired as well, so we'll bring on Allport. We'll make all our changes. Because I've got the Tweedy is still kind of just coming back to full fitness. So let's not make him play 90. Carnarvon beating Connors Quay. Connors Quay did get promoted. I don't know if I mentioned that last time. I was quite smug when they got relegated the year that we stayed up after they knocked me back. But yeah, they came back up. I think we've definitely made the right choice moving to Bala. And even though the summer was hectic and we lost out on a lot of key players, like our formation would have stayed the same, but for example, we'd have had a better player than Christie in that position as a playmaker as well. We lost out on quite a lot of players. But even with that hectic thing, I think not moving to... I think getting rejected from Connors Quay was for the best. I think not going to Newtown was also for the best, the way things worked out. And realistically, if terms like finances, and as much as we've got players who are still leaving, so like Lama's going to be leaving at the end of the season, he doesn't want to stay on, things like that. Once we kind of get the squad a little bit more stable, again, the summer happened, it stopped us getting recruitment and things, so a lot of players want to leave, blah, blah, blah. All of that out the way. I generally don't think there's a Welsh team to make any sense of us leaving for outside the TNS. So if we're going to go to another team in Wales, there's nobody else to go for outside the TNS. It'd be worthwhile for us, I don't think, anymore. Which is saying something. Crumple 3-0 win for us. Carnarvon won 3-1 in the other game today. But yeah, let's have a look. We did get the draw for the Nathaniel MG Cup. It is another lower league side. I can't remember who now off the top of my head. Thigh strain, 5 to 6 weeks. Jesus Christ, man. Talk about you, Andrew. Tell you the same as I told Andrew Winter. Your time isn't going to change. That's a bit of a kick in the tits. Awesome. So we're going to come back for the TNS game. At the very least, that is our first home league game of the season. I don't know if I want to show us the Colwyn Bay game. I don't think that's that important. See, I think this season is going to go quite well for us, and I do want to, as much as I'm going to show the league, obviously, I feel like the Cups is maybe where we might have a good chance of winning one this year. So what I actually might do in the next episode is we'll come back for the TNS game and the Banger game, which means we'll come back for the TNS game. I'll play the Colwyn Bay and Carnarvon games and just kind of tell you about it when we come back for the Banger 1876 game, which is away from home. So I think that's what we'll do for tomorrow's video. If you have liked the video, please leave a thumbs up. See if you are genuinely, and I know loads of people say this on YouTube and I find it cringe, but see if you are genuinely enjoying the series and you think there's other people that would enjoy the series, and please share it with them. If you know people that like FN content, please ask people to give this a shot. I'm loving it, and I hope you are too. I'll catch you all tomorrow. We'll take on TNS and Banger. Bye for now.